At 21, I made enough money to never have to work again. But rewind just a few years back, I was broke cleaning toilets just to pay rent. So I'm going to cover the most important things I learned and how you can go from $0 to your name to more money than you've ever seen in your life. This might sound crazy, but one thing you need to understand is you don't need to have money to make money. In my late teens, people were paying me tens of thousands a month just for my mind, and I'm nothing special. Everyone's forced to follow one path, go to school, pick a career, and stick with it. But just like that, AI could take your job. And if that happened, what are you going to do? Go to school again? That's why you need to be flexible. There is never one way to make it. I mean, look at my story. I moved schools 3 times, was seriously dyslexic, had no friends, no money, and to be honest, nothing going for me. Until a few things, which I'll talk about now, changed the way I thought about money forever. You'd be surprised what you could learn just from listening. Back in school, I overheard some kids talking about these Olympic 50p coins. Each coin had a different Olympic sport on it, and people just wanted to collect them. One day I heard some guys say I'd pay a lot of money to get the boxing, swimming, and cycling coins. So when I heard this, I asked them, how much are you willing to pay? One guy told me £3 for each of these coins, but they were worth 50p. So I said, give me the money now and I'll get it to you tomorrow morning. I had no idea how I was going to find these coins. I mean, I went to different stores asking them could they change my normal 50p for one of these Olympic ones, just because I wanted to collect it. And eventually I found the ones I was looking for. The point is, I didn't even need to spend money before I made money. I told them, give me the money, actually get them to pay for it. Because if they do, then you're onto something. Have you ever thought to look around you? What are people overpaying for or struggling with? But more importantly, what can you actually help with? There was a time in college where everyone needed a calculator to do their maths exams. But the kids who finished last year wanted to get rid of them. You could buy it online for £60 or buy it from the school at £50. But what I did was buy it from the kids that were leaving for £20 and sell it to my friends for £40 so that they could have some extra money left over. It was a no-brainer. Buy it from me and save some money to spend it on sweets or whatever you want to do, right? But don't help unless you truly can. Because if you can't, but try, opportunities will go away. I mean, people hate having their time wasted. Also, you don't need to be perfect at anything, but whatever you do choose needs to be something you can do well. The world runs on 2 kinds of people with problems and people with solutions. There's 2 ways to get paid for your mind. 1, if you can make money, or 2, save money for others. So for making money, when I was 19 years old, I met a guy at an event who'd raised millions of dollars for his startup, and I decided to keep a strong relationship with him. And one day, he told me he needed a salesperson. So I just pitched myself. I didn't have a real interview or anything. I found a problem and presented myself as the solution. The entire time we knew each other, I tried my best to help him. And when I tried to help him, I knew that it would work. Otherwise, I'd be wasting his time. You're only helping someone if you're solving a problem for them. Otherwise, you're wasting their time and just beating around the bush. For saving money, once I heard this guy was going to spend $150K on building some tech, but I knew I could do it for less. So I went and told him I could do it for $30K, saving him $120,000. The exact same job, the exact same outcome, but I could make money because I was saving him money. By the way, if you want to make or save people money, I've got a list of hundreds of people hiring right now. If you're interested, click the link in the description below. You're probably thinking, well, how do I just meet wealthy and successful people who are willing to give me opportunities? I learned you've got to go where people are doing different things to you. I grew up in a small town, so I went to a big city just to see how different people were there, how they think, how they move, and how I as a nobody can eventually be a somebody to them, providing value. At 14 years old, I didn't have a network, but I found these events where the average attendee age was like 50. People with connections, networks, all that kind of stuff. So what did I do? I went there because I knew that everyone would be different to me. Even with no experience, I was just hungry and curious. And by surrounding myself with people who could give opportunities, naturally, they came my way. When I met new people, I'd ask lots of questions to learn as much as I possibly could about them. And I'd only try to help someone when I knew that I could deliver. You have to look around you. How would you describe the people closest to you? I'd say that most of my friends are working on themselves a lot, and that pushes me to work harder. It's a healthy setup, but I didn't always feel this way. When you lock in, you might disappear from friend groups for a long time. Trust me, true friends understand, but most won't. And during this time, if you feel lonely, that's fine. Because when you're able to retire your parents while they're still alive, you'll be okay. I think the best friends I've made are those who I've related to the most. People who can take a lot of pain and are working towards bigger things. These people inspire me to do more. It will be uncomfortable, but discomfort is necessary. I used to watch these YouTubers called Yes Theory, and they used to do uncomfortable things just to try and improve themselves. One time they went and lived on $0 in a random city. Kind strangers would let them live on the couch, but they made great friends in the process. My point is, discomfort equals growth. When I was 15, I begged my parents to take me 3 hours to go to this event so I could ask this guy for a job. And as soon as I got there, I walked up to him, he put his hand on his chest and walked straight past me, ignored me as if I didn't exist. It hurt so much. I felt like my dreams were crumbling, but it was worth it. By pushing myself to feel uncomfortable, I learned that if it makes you nervous, it's probably the move. Think about it this way. One yes is all you need to change your life forever. So the calculators and the coins, those are small time problems and they make small money. But if you can gain people's trust for small problems, eventually you can move on to bigger ones. And you don't need to use your money, but your mind to make more money. So if you listen to what people complain about, you don't need a single dollar to make crazy money. $0 is not the end, it's your beginning. And that's coming from the dyslexic foreign kid who moved schools 3 times just to fit in. Trust me, if I could do it, you definitely can too. I've been Ryan Kia, and I make videos for employees because I'm one too. See you next Saturday for another upload.